It's so fitting that I shampooed our carpets 3 times today for what I'm going to talk about, because I couldn't believe it more than I do on this very, very day. And this is the secret sauce, the secret step for a mama to make all the money that she wants. And it's one that once we actually understand how important this step is, master this step and watch you create anything and everything you've ever wanted. And I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about everything in your life that you've ever wanted. Like, think of it as like magic, because this is the very step that will set you free. It is the very step that will get you anything that you desire. So try this step and then try it again and try it again and try it again. And I want you to DM me and tell me if I am right or wrong. And I'm not looking to be right or wrong because I already know I'm right. But I do want validation that you're like, oh my gosh, I totally agree with you. And you may be sitting there and you already know, like you already know. So as I've been talking to so many moms, especially recently, we are so overwhelmed. We're just so overwhelmed. There is so much going on in our day-to-day lives. To think about wanting to grow and make more money, it is almost like the most hilarious April Fool's joke. Like, let's just be real. Like, let's just be real. Because you are already managing so much. And so when you hear someone like myself talk about passive income, talk about digital products, talk about marketing strategies, talk about automation, you logically can understand, yes, these things are so valid. They are so important. They could, impact your life. And then you get smacked in the face with your reality, which is there's so much going on. But that is the very reason why you deserve to have something be easier. I can't control how many times in a night your kid wakes up or not. I can't control how many meltdowns your kiddo has during a day. I can't control when they're going to be sick or their summer breaks, any of those things. I can't control those just as much as you can't. But what I do know is there's so many things outside of the things that we can't control that we can control. And when we can tame this beast of a life that you are managing, it will feel so much easier for you to be like, oh my gosh, I actually do want to build passive income. I do want to make money and make it feel easier and be easier and build that legacy for my family. Because the fact of the matter is, if you are a 2 household income, you most likely need those 2 incomes. But how you get there, right, doesn't always necessarily matter, right? As long as it's legal. Like, if you could make the same amount of money that you're making now and it be easier, you be more fulfilled, it be faster, meaning like you only have to do 10 hours a week versus 40 hours a week. When you start to look at additional cost, like childcare, like Boone's childcare alone is $17,000 a year. Like, we've been looking at these decisions, and we're looking at them differently as our family, like, which is why I know I can talk about them, because it adds up really, really fast. And so whether you're working for somebody else, working for yourself, we want to really look at that bottom line revenue first and foremost. So the step here, there's a big step. But once we master this step, I promise you with everything in me, is everything will be easier and you can literally create anything. And so this big step is taming the beast of your life, and not just putting a Band-Aid on it where we declutter, right? And then it gets chaotic again. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about once and for all, we clear the way, we create systems, we have those conversations as a partner, right? You have the conversations with yourself, you're really honest with your finances, you're looking at things differently. You're rolling up your sleeves and you're doing the work. And this doesn't have to take forever to start to feel the benefits. It may take longer than you expect, but you will still feel the benefits fairly quickly. Like within one weekend, you're going to feel a difference. Within 2 weeks, you're going to feel the difference to the point where you're so motivated to keep going. And by 1 month in, you are going to be a whole different human. You just are. There is no way around it. You will be a whole different human. Your family dynamic will be different for the better, and then you'll just continue to chip away little by little. And I'm literally talking from experience. Like, I have been in this step for, it does feel like a long time. Hindsight is always 2020, but this is huge, because if you are currently making money as a person in your life, right? Like if you're married or you have a significant other and you're a 2 household income, then you just saying, I'm not going to make any money is probably not your reality. If you're a single parent, even more so, right? If you're a stay-at-home mom, yours might look a little bit different, but I'm going to guarantee, even if you're a stay-at-home mom and your family doesn't need you to make money, you probably want to feel a little bit more fulfilled, right? Your kids are eventually going to grow up, right? And also, it wouldn't hurt to make a little extra money as a stay-at-home mom, right? You could buy new clothes for you and your kids. You could add a vacation, maybe pay off debt if you have debt, right? Like most households wouldn't feel bad or be mad if there was a little extra breathing room, or if there was a little extra money. In worst case scenario, we just take all that money and we invest in the stock market. So these conversations are the very conversations that I am so passionate about having. Like, don't come into my DMs doing small talk. Like, I want to know what you're working on. I want to know that you're clearing the way. I want to know that you're having these conversations, you're making these decisions. This is what it means to be a wealthy mama to me. It is really owning your financial future and doing the work. It's not a future thing that makes you a wealthy mama. It's who you be right now that will create the wealthiest life beyond your wildest dreams, that gives your kids something that maybe you didn't have, or it's better than you've had. And that only is going to create generational wealth. And for me, like, when I know my kids are taken care of, I sleep better at night. And that's not just the immediate needs, right? Like, knowing that we're building for their future right now as a young couple is everything for my nervous system. So this step is huge, and it's going to look different for each person, but you have so much power in this step. And your nervous system, as you go through this step, day in and day out, even 15 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day, you will start to create breathing room in your life, in your brain, in your nervous system, that what I keep telling you that is going to change your life from a financial aspect will not fall on deaf ears. Like, I may be speaking a different language right now, and I acknowledge that. Like, I'm living in my own la world, hoping and praying that more moms join me. Like, back in, when was that? December, right? The beginning of December, I told one of my coaches, I feel like I'm at the best party ever, and not a lot of people have joined in yet. And she said, keep partying, keep living it up, keep believing in your mission. And that's what I'm going to continue to do, because I know the more I show you instead of tell you, by who I be and what I'm doing to pave the way will only eventually help you do it too. And so even if we've never met before, even if we've never had a conversation, all I think about is you. All I think about is changing your life every day, even when I don't want to get up, even when it feels hard, even when I'm questioning, am I capable of building what I see in my head and what I feel in my heart? Like, I'm going to get emotional. Like, am I truly capable of it? Like, why me? And I do believe that everyone's dreams are put on their heart for a reason. And so anytime I'm questioning, why am I qualified? Why am I capable? I really think about you. And even if your face feels fuzzy in my head, I feel your heart. Like, I feel your heart every single day. I think of the mom sitting in the bathroom crying. I think of the mom adding up the bills, stressed out. I think of the mom dropping off her kids at daycare and she just doesn't want to do that anymore. Like, I think of each and every scenario that I can think of, because every scenario, every mom is different, and I know that I can help you. And I'm never going to try to convince you. I'm just going to continue to show up and be what I know I can be for myself, for my family, and for you. And maybe you're feeling those things too, of like, am I really capable of, building the life that I want? Am I capable of building passive income? Like, maybe you don't feel like you are, and channel my energy, please. Like, do this with me, because you're the exact reason why I'm here. And if we never connect, then we can't really help each other, right? And so you actually speaking up and telling me, even in a DM, that you want this helps me help you. And that very message could be the very message that changes your whole entire life, your family's entire life. It is why I am put on this planet. And so a mom that means so much to me that actually sponsored this episode is Kristen Rourke. She is with the Busy Mom Bod, and I'm so thrilled to shout her out. She has been a mom at my party and continues to be, and she is just she has a heart of gold and wants to help so many moms feel amazing with their health and fitness. And I would love for you to check her out. She really is passionate about helping you strengthen your core so you no longer have to have that mom pooch. So I wanted to make sure that I did give her a shout out. And I want you to really take this episode to heart and look around. Almost like, think about your business. And I've talked about this before, but think of your business as the most successful, potentially successful, thriving business. There's assessments that CEOs do to really understand how well their company is doing. So I want you to go through your home just as much as if you were grading it from a thriving, successful company standpoint. And I want you to put your mom boss hat on, and I want you to look around. How does each and every room make you feel? And grade it and give like things that stress you out, things that bother you, things that you love, things that you don't love. There is nothing too small or too big that should not be on that assessment. Everything matters. And what I am doing with amazing women for 30 days is helping you go through room by room by room. Even if it's day by day, week by week, you want to like go and do it for a whole weekend, you'll be able to pick your flow. But the goal is to gamify it. The goal is to make it fun. The goal is to not do it alone and you to clear the way. So our methodology that we teach is, there's a few layers to it. First and foremost is that assessment of really feeling out the space room by room and seeing where our starting point is, just as much if you were like looking at your finances, right? We've got to know where we're starting. So that's ground zero. Then from there, we go easy first, and we literally get out all the trash, anything that you want to donate, we put that in boxes, we put that in trash bags. Some people even rent a dumpster. I've called 1-800-GOT-JUNK, but you put as much as you can in the garage or as much as you can by the front door that is trash, and donate. By just doing that alone is going to make your home feel so much better. And it's pretty quick and it's pretty easy because we don't really need to think so hard. It's really going through and be like, okay, this is trash, this is trash, this is donate, this is donate. And you make it a really fun game. You can either do this with your kids, your significant other, you can do it alone with headphones. But like, I love that step because it goes so fast and it gives you this like huge dopamine rush. And then from there, we're going to like slow it down a little bit and we're going to feng shui each room. I love simple. So we don't have a lot of furniture. We don't have a lot of artwork. We don't have a lot of knickknacks, besides one room, but that's not my room. That's a story for another day. But we're pretty simple, and I like simple because simple is easy to maintain. When your goals and your life and anything is easy, when you set it up and it's easy from the beginning, it's easy to keep it going. When you do a big declutter, when you get everything organized, but it still feels so complicated, your brain is already going to opt out, and it's going to fill back up again. So this is the missing piece that I have missed before. And as I've been an aspiring minimalist, I've really noticed I need it to be easy, because then it's going to be easy to maintain and keep up, especially with kids. I have very much mourned the loss of my old life. Anyone else? Like, I have mourned the loss of my old life. I was even asking my husband, I was like, how often did we clean before kids? And he was like, once a week, if that, like maybe every 2 weeks. Like, our house stayed so clean before kids. I barely ever got sick before kids. I could wake up whenever I wanted, stay up as long as I wanted. Like, I still worked a lot, but and you don't even know it when you don't have kids. You don't even know how good you have it or how easy you have it. But I chose this life, right? Like, I chose to have one kid, and then I chose to have another kid, right? And now I am done. And so it's a crazy life, but it's a life that I chose. And so I do get to own that. And it doesn't mean that I don't deserve to make money. It doesn't mean that I don't deserve to enjoy my life. I refuse to be a broke, burnout mom. I just refuse. And I know I'm not alone. And so, although I have chosen to be a mother, I'm also choosing not to be a broke, burnout mom. There is choice. And it does not mean life is perfect. It does not mean that there aren't challenges, but making that decision is massive. It's massive. And you've got to back that up with a whole lot of action. Like, a whole lot of action. Because it's easy to say that you refuse to be a broke, burnout mom, but then it's a whole different conversation when it comes to how you're going to back it up, right? Like, how are we truly going to back that up? And so I really want to share the journey that I'm taking women on, and this is the beginning. Then we go through and we organize each room, we systemize each room, we go through your finances and we do the same. And then we start to build your revenue streams. And you can do all of this in tandem. Like, you decide how you want to fit into the Wealthy Mama movement. There's never like a gate that I'm holding that you can't do something before you do something else. Like, I trust that you know what's best for you. And so, like, women in our world are building their memberships right now. I have women that I'm assessing their wealth strategy because they're like, I'm working 3 jobs. And I'm like, why are we working 3 jobs? Like, no one gets a gold medal to work 3 jobs. Let's have 1 job and make it so much easier for you, right? So depending on where you come in will depend on you, but like, just talk to me. Let's have a conversation. Let me know what is stressing you out, because there's most likely something that we can do to help you with that. And we're only building out more and more and more as quickly as I possibly can. Like, I so deeply desire for you to see the vision that I have for the Wealthy Mama movement, because it's probably going to be even bigger than I even can fathom in my head, but it's going to help so many moms. It's going to feel like a nonprofit organization, but we are for profit doing a lot of good. And there's reasons behind that, and we can talk about that another day. But we are getting sponsorships, we are getting grants, we are literally building events, we are building on-demand programs, we are building templates. Like, we are doing everything in our power as quickly as we possibly can to make your life so much easier that you don't have to go and duct tape it everywhere. Like, you don't have to go on YouTube, you don't have to hire a bunch of expensive coaches, as much as I love them, but it adds up really, really fast. Like, I want to be the TJ Maxx for everyday moms that want a super wealthy, amazing life, and they don't want to do it alone. Like, I am the TJ Maxx. The Wealthy Mama movement is the TJ Maxx. Like, we have high quality, but super affordable. Like, and so I trust that this vision is on my heart for a reason. I trust that I'm capable of it. It's easier said than done, but I'm going to keep saying it and keep trusting and keep taking action as quickly as I can, and just know that I'm in the trenches with you. What it means to be a wealthy mama is the actions that we take, the decisions that we are making, and I am making them with you. I am cleaning my home. We are going through our finances. Like, the framework that I teach, I preach, I practice, I live by, I breathe by. That's why I know it works. That's why I can teach it with my eyes closed. Like, it's because I'm doing it. And my favorite professors in college were the ones that were actually doing what they were teaching, not the ones just saying what to do. And so I live by that. It is like one of my core values of anything I talk about. I am researching, I am testing, I am tweaking, I'm giving you like my honest feedback, I'm modifying it, like I'm doing all the things as quickly as I possibly can so I can help you. Like, this is not just about my dreams, it's about your dreams too. And I just see such a bright future for you, and I will keep believing in your bright future, but my belief isn't enough. I wish I could just wave a magic wand and then all of that belief would just magically create your life that you desire. But like I need you here, and I need to have conversations with you, and I need to know that you want this and that you want help. Don't worry about how you fit in to what we're doing. Just say, hey, I really love what you're doing and I want to be involved. Like, and if that's too many words because you're overwhelmed, just say, hi, I want to be involved, or hi, the Wealthy Mama is so cool, or we can come up with some sort of code word. But this is like, we're creating something so unique, so special, and I want you to be involved. I really genuinely do. So know that the door is open, and you don't need to know how you fit in. If you do, that's great, but if you don't, like, I don't want that to be something that stops you. There is an infinite amount of ways, especially as we continue to grow and thrive. And I refuse to apologize for having big dreams. I refuse to apologize for moving quickly. I refuse to apologize for taking up too much space, because there's not a thing of taking up too much space for the right people. And so I'm going to continue to be bold and loud for you in mind. And I'm a very patient person. So you decide the timeline, but just know that the door is open. I'm here. I'm ready, eager, and excited to support you. We have super affordable ways to get involved. And if you're like, I need to clear the way, I need to clean, I want to gamify, just send me a DM, because that is the biggest thing that we're doing to help people right now. That and our passive income school are like our big things, because those are the biggest needs that I keep hearing is, Nellie, I'm so stressed out, I can't even think about passive income, and Nellie, I'm ready to build passive income, but help me, I don't know what to do. So that's where we're putting the most amount of our resources right now. And then behind the scenes building out additional resources. We have the most epic website that's about to launch, and like I want you to be excited. Like, you know how you get excited to go to Amazon.com? Like, I want you to get excited to go to thewealthymovement.com, thewealthymamamovement.com. And so what we're building isn't just like, look at what we're doing and how amazing we are. Like, it's going to be a living, breathing resource hub for you to make more money, for you to feel more amazing, to get connected with other moms, like to see what's going on in the Wealthy Mama movement, what events you can get involved in, no matter where you live. Like, I am so excited for it and cannot wait. I want to have like a big party, virtual party celebration once we're there and it's live. We have mom focus groups coming where you can be in a focus group and we'll pay you to be in the focus group. If you've never been in a focus group before, they're really, really fun. And you get paid to share your feedback of what we're doing and how we're doing it and what else would you like to see? What are we missing, right? Like, I want real opinions, and I'm willing to pay for the time. So I don't want it to be biased, but I want to pay for your time. So that's a huge opportunity coming. Like I mentioned, we have virtual events coming. We have our annual event is going, we already did it last year. It's every December, and it's what is called Wealthy Week. And we have some big speakers, some very audacious, big names that we want in the coming years. So we're laying that groundwork, and I'm like, we're going to get there. I know that we will. So the hardest part about big goals and dreams is like, it's almost like the night before Christmas where you're just like so excited and you're like, but I don't want to go to bed, right? So it's like that balance between like, yes, I need to go to bed, and yes, I'm very, very excited. And I hope that shows. I met with my Profit First coach today, and she's like, you're so calm. And I was like, it's because I shampooed my carpets and cleaned my whole house for 2 hours. Like, so like I refuse to build this dream without taking care of me and my family. So at times it feels like it's going slower because kids need their mom, but that is by design. So I like keep calming myself down and be like, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Like, take care of your kids, then get back to building your dream. And how cool is it that you and I both can say we're building a big dream in the small mom cracks of time? Like, barely anyone on this planet can say that. Like, yes, we have it harder, but we are so resourceful. And like, when I sit back and really think about everything I do in a day, I like could run circles around some men. Like, I could literally run circles around them. And I need to own that more because I don't give myself enough credit, as much as I'm sure that at times you don't give yourself enough credit. So look around your home, do that assessment. And it's not to make you feel overwhelmed or frustrated. We just need to know where we're starting. Because once we can get those systems in place, once we can get your home feeling so much better, even if you don't work at home or you do work at home, it's really hard for a mom to turn off that there's dishes in the sink or there's laundry that needs to be folded. And during the 30-day program, I will literally be giving you all my tips and tricks and advice and motivation as you are ebbing and flowing through your process. And know that the process is very fluid. Like, you decide your flow. Like, some people will most likely clean and organize 15 minutes a day, and some people may be a weekend person, right? So it's really designed for it to fit in a way that feels good to you, but give you the support and the motivation and the encouragement and the strategies and the ideas to like supercharge you clearing the way. So that way we can get to these other big, beautiful topics like your finances, like building digital products, right? Like automation, like marketing. And it will be easier for your brain to get on board when you're not constantly in reactive mode. I've been in reactive mode and I know what that feels like, and I do not love it. Like, it literally makes me feel so tense and so stressed. And anytime I'm there, I'm like, nope, nope, nope. Get yourself out of reactive mode. You do not love living here. Choose again, choose again, choose again. And so that's when I really started taking this seriously and not just a quick, declutter weekend and then that's it. It's a good beginning, but it's not building the permanent life that you desire. And so what builds the permanent life is deciding how many toys are coming in and out of your home, right? Where does everything live in your home? What is the protocol for dinners every single day? What's the protocol for clothes every single day, right? When we start to think about all these stressors in a mom's life, when we actually can create protocols, which is what I will teach you, it will feel so much easier. And then we can really plug and play and move forward without it taking so much of your energy, because laundry, dishes, food, like preparing food, like clothes, like all of these things and more are not just a one and done thing, which to me makes it even harder because it's a revolving door of everyone needs fed, everyone needs clothes, everyone needs ran to and from, practice and school and homework, and there's forms and there's communication with the school. And this is why a mom's brain is literally hurts. And so we can't tame all of it, right? But there's a lot that we can do. And that's what we're going to be focusing on, is what are all the things that we can do so that you can move and be so much more proactive and not be that burnout mom, not be that stressed, chaotic mom, and you can really put your oxygen mask on and breathe a little bit more, and you'll make different decisions. I promise you. Give me 30 days of you doing this, and you will be so excited to build passive income. You will be so excited. I'll never ever forget when I embarked on a personal growth journey many, many years ago. The goal was never to make money. It's so interesting when I look back at my journey, which I'm going to document all of it out on our new website, all of it. It's going to be a very long page, but I figured if someone's really interested, they can go to the page. If not, then they don't have to. But I think that stuff fascinates me. I love documentaries. I love knowing people's story. I think it really makes you understand how much is going into what they're doing and how they got there and just understanding who they are. But when I began on my personal growth journey, it was never to make money. It was to become a better version of myself. I didn't even have kids yet. And what I realized was when I went on that personal growth journey, I started losing weight. I started feeling more confident. People started to notice. I started going to conferences. I started buying courses. And it's so interesting when you start to take better and better care of yourself. And your home is included in you, right? Because you spend so much of your time at home. And so when you start to take care of you and your home and any environment that you're in, you see the world and yourself so differently. So when I started to do that, I was like, I think I could do this whole side hustle thing. And I was working 60, 80 hours a week at the time for somebody else. And I was like, I think I can do this. And that's how it began. That's how it began. We started knocking out my student loans and doing double payments because I was making more money. And then we got pregnant, right? I won't go into my whole story now, but it was because I started to see myself differently. And the only thing that changed was me prioritizing myself. That was the only thing that changed. I still was in a job making $15 an hour, working 60, 80 hours a week. I was still, at the time, I was, I think, 40 plus pounds heavier. The only thing that changed was the decision of, I want to work on myself. That simple, yet so powerful. I think I want to work on myself. And I self-sabotaged, and I fell down and got back up, fell down and got back up. But the cool part about that statement, and even fumbling and falling down and getting back up is I always get back up again. And I always will continue to get back up. Falling down is a part of the process. Like right now, Boone, oh my gosh, how old is he now? 14 months? Our 14-month-old, he's so close to walking. And he'll like second guess himself and then he'll fall. Like he's still building up the strength in his legs and the confidence. And so anytime he falls down, we're cheering for him. Can we please start to do that as other like women? Like, oh girl, look at you go. Like in meaning it in like the most loving way. Like, girl, get back up again. You've got this. Like, get back up again. You've got this, you got this, you got this. Falling down is not that bad, right? Like, it's when we make it a big deal and we start shaming ourselves, and trust me, I've been there. But shaming ourselves doesn't help us get back up. If anything, it keeps us down longer. And so let's celebrate the moments where you feel like you got knocked down, right? Like, let's celebrate the moments where you're like, I feel a little stuck, or I feel like I'm in a little bit of a funk. And then let's get back up. Let's change the energy. One of my favorite things to do anytime I'm feeling funky, anytime I'm in my own head, is to move. Like, I moved our furniture today. I shampooed the carpets today. I was a different human being than I started. Like, my nervous system literally felt like this shift of energy. Like, it is literally feng shuiing your space. It's changing the energy. It's changing your perspective. Like, I could talk about this stuff all day. Like, all day long. I believe in it so much. So I'm going to continue to be at the Wealthy Mama party. I hope that you will come. I hope that you will join in on this fun. We are just getting started. It literally feels that way. Like, I am sure this is going to be even bigger than I can even imagine. Like, my Profit First coach even said today, she's like, I see 10, 20,000 people in your membership. And I was like, yep, I believe it. I'm getting ready for it. I'm preparing for it. Like, that sounds cool. Like, I'm totally down for that. And it's going to be one mom at a time. That's all I'm focused on, is one mom at a time, because it creates that massive ripple effect. And I want to do this well. Not perfect, but I want to do it well. And I want to know you, and I want to support you. And I know that I'm not the only one. I see a lean team. We already got our lean team. I see the most epic website that we are literally like so close to finishing. The team has been very patient with me as I'm working through other things. But I'm excited for you. I think about you all day, every day. Our team thinks about you all the time. And I'm just very, very excited to see what is to come. And I know, as a leader, the more I clear the way for myself, it's only going to help more moms. So, like, I'm doing my part, and I just can't wait to meet you, support you, get to know you, and feel your life transform. Like, I'm living also vicariously through you. And it just starts with that one simple statement of, I think I want to work on myself. I think I want a different life. I had no idea at the time how much. Like, when I really think about it, and all the people that are in my life and how important they are, if you think about the butterfly effect, I wouldn't know half the people that I genuinely, deeply care about. I wouldn't know probably more than half of them. Like, if I would have not had enough courage in that moment to say that statement. And although that my current self at that time didn't know the magnitude of that statement, my soul did. Like, if we're being really woo-woo, your soul deeply knows that you're here for a big purpose. Your soul knows that you're meant for greatness. Your soul equally knows that you're not supposed to be stressed and burnt out and overwhelmed with finances, or, you know, any of those things. Like, you're meant to live a wealthy life. Like, it is your birthright. You are meant to live a wealthy life. And unfortunately, a lot of the human side of us takes over, and that's the human typically wins versus your soul. Your soul gets to win. your big goals and dreams get to win. Like, it is so imperative that you get your whole self on board and allow your human self to have human experiences, but not to the point where they stop you from your greatness. Like, you are not meant to talk yourself out of your big goals and dreams. You're not meant to even question yourself. It's going to happen, but we're not meant to do those things. Enjoy the journey. We're here for you. I love you. I could keep talking to you forever, but I will stop there so I can get back to enjoying our evening. But Kristen Rourke, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode. Check her out. She's all about health and fitness and helping you melt that mom pooch. She is amazing. Check her out. Kristen Rourke, Busy Mom Bod. From everyone at the Wealthy Mama Movement, we love you, Kristen. Thank you so much, and stay tuned for all the big things happening at the Wealthy Mama Movement. Get your booty in here. We want to support you. There's tons and tons of affordable ways to be involved. So if money is stopping you, don't let that stop you. If time is stopping you, don't let that stop you. If you not knowing where you fit in, just don't let anything stop you. Reach out. Say, hey, I'm a real human that really wants to support you and see you win. So I love you. Give your kids a hug.